Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
All right, welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your daily Texas history roundup. For this day, July 28th. In 1806, Spanish troops under Lieutenant Francisco Viana intercepted a scientific party led by Thomas Freeman and Peter Curtis at what would become known as Spanish Bluff, about 615 miles up the Red River, and forced them to turn back. Freeman and Curtis had entered the Red River about 3 months earlier on May 2nd to begin what President Thomas Jefferson called the Grand Excursion, part of his plan to explore and claim the West. This was 3 years after the 1803 Lewis and Clark expedition. In 1842, 3 treaties between the Republic of Texas and England were ratified. James Hamilton had lobbied for several years in Europe for the recognition of Texas as an independent country. The first treaty concerned commerce and navigation. The second concerned suppression of the slave trade. And the third was for England to urge Mexico to recognize the independence of Texas. These treaties were significant in that a major nation had recognized the Republic of Texas and would work to reconcile Texas and Mexico. From England's point of view, the treaty established Texas as an independent buffer nation against further westward expansion by the United States. The same year, agents of the United States were promoting annexation. The empire grows. In 1906, for the first time, Texans, or males, were able to vote for a U.S. senator in the Democratic primary. Although the legislature retained the final authority for appointments, primary voters could express preferences. And in 1916, Texas voters began electing U.S. senators directly. And that's with the passage of the disastrous 17th Amendment, which, that's a shame, but should be repealed. In 1908, James H. Gillett, also known as Harper Baylor Lee, began his career as a toreador in Guadalajara. On February 20th, 1910, in Monterrey's Plaza de Toros, he was awarded his Alternativa, making him a full-fledged matador de toros, the first man from the United States to earn that rank. He, quote, cut the pigtail in his retirement ceremony on December 3rd, 1911. Gillett was born in Ysleta in 1884 and passed away in San Antonio in 1941. In 1920, Gilbert Onderdock passed away and was buried in Victoria. Upon coming to Texas in 1829, he gained a reputation as a fruit tree expert and furnished the area between the Rio Grande and New Orleans with acclimated fruit trees and shrubs. He published his first nursery catalog in 1871 and in 1883 established one of his nurseries near Victoria. Onderdock was a member of both the Texas Horticultural Society and the American Pomological Society. In 1952, David G. Skippy Browning won the gold medal in the 3-meter springboard diving competition at Helsinki Olympics. And in 1956, John V. Pliska passed away in Midland. Pliska had come to Texas from Moravia with his family in 1896. He opened a blacksmith shop in Midland in 1907 and built an airplane, which he flew over the polo grounds at the Quien Sabe Ranch, southwest of Midland in 1912. The plane, which was mostly made from buggy and windmill parts, had a 33-foot wingspan and was 27.5 feet long. It was underpowered, but was able to be airborne for 15-minute periods. After his death, the plane was restored and is now on exhibit at Midland International Airport. All right, and that is your Texas History Roundup for July 28th. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, support your local feed store. And we will talk to you on the next one. Take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.